I think we're late. We're late, everyone. Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful, what is it, November 11th, 2024. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm starting a great day myself. And of course, we are joined by Small Village Polling, or what are you now, David McCormick fan? And
Yes. We have to celebrate our one impressive Senate pickup that wasn't just a pickup because it's a red state. So we love McCormick.
yeah,
He's an alpha. Also, today is the first official McCormick Monday. This is going to become a weekly occurring phenomenon for the next 6 years and 12 years, presuming he gets reelected in 2030. So
that's
get ready
real.
for it. Yeah.
All right, and before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, these are all great ways to support the daily content, and if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I'll read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chat's best way to get your questions answered. And alright, we got a bunch to get to. Aaron Ratliff for 2, Rip Mike Garcia 2020-2024. Yeah, how the hell did he lose? How? Of all years he could have lost, he lost the one good Republican year. How? Like, what the hell?
Dems ran someone who wasn't that same schizophrenic resist lib
I
person.
guess, but like, I just find it funny that the most Republican year is the one he goes down in. Just sad. It sucks we lost Garcia, but we won the House. So, that's at least a net positive. Mike for 2, I think we're late. Yeah. American Nerd for 5. Rap thoughts Trump offering the United Nations ambassador position to Elise Stefanik. Also, did you see the teaser for Mission Impossible 8? I did not see it yet, but yeah, we're going to talk about the cabinet stuff, the, who Trump is picking for what position, and it's all mostly pretty good, I would say right now. Like, there's been some questions here and there, but I would say overall, Trump's been doing pretty good for the appointments. President Gilbert Giddy up for 5. The starting soon screen should be the live feed of Rap's time management. I'm sorry, I was late, okay? General Hydra for 2. Rick Scott for Senate leader. Yeah, I don't think Rick Scott's going to be the majority leader. I don't think he will.
It's gonna be Cornyn, which is hopefully better than Thune. Because like I can't believe, but Cornyn is objectively better than Thune. I mean Cornyn, because really the main issue with Cornyn was that one gun vote, and even then he like forced the Dems to moderate the package quite a bit. So
Yeah, but he
he's
sucks.
yeah, but it's better than Thune. So
I
I'll
don't
take
know.
Cornyn.
I would just say Thune's a lateral from McConnell. Cornyn's just a
Yeah, because it's
downgrade.
looking like it'll go to a second round, and the Scott people are gonna back Thune. I mean, not Thune, Cornyn over Thune.
We'll
So
see, I guess, but like
yeah.
the only positive pick at Cornyn is he has an election in 2 years, so he can't piss around. And it's one of those
Yeah.
things where if he screws it up, he's gone. He's gonna lose that primary easily. He may go down anyways, but
Mhm. Also, kind of, I think, like the fact that Texas has kind of re-cemented itself as the Republican California. I think that we can, like, I think having a majority leader from Texas, kind of, it's like the center of republicanism again. So you may as well, like give him the leadership
yeah, again, I
for that
support Rick
reason.
Scott, but who knows? Maybe Trump pressures them into supporting Rick Scott.
I know Vance is supporting Scott, but I don't think Trump really wants to get involved because he doesn't want to have bad relations with anyone, if
That's the
someone else.
problem. Like, if we had a bigger
Yeah.
majority, I think he would go all in. But
And two, even if he endorses someone, it's a secret ballot,
I
so like
hate
no one would
that.
see who voted. Yeah, that's stupid.
Like, we want to reform the government, but we're gonna have secret ballots. What for voting for the majority leader?
Yeah, to
Why?
be fair though, the Senate is supposed to kind of be detached from the people, and I
I
think when
know,
they
but
made
like, it's one of
the
those things.
but to be fair, ever since they've made direct elections of U.S. senators, that kind of destroys that argument because, like, yeah, they
Well,
should be
yeah,
accountable to everyone now.
yeah, it's one
So
of those things
it's
where I hate that though. It's like, I don't get it. I don't get it, but I'm hoping for Rick Scott, and I know people are gonna say, but he costed us 22. No, listen, he wasn't. I'm not saying he was good in 22, but Mitch McConnell's the one that screwed us over back then. The people are just trying to forget history and try to rewrite it. But
just don't put them in charge of spending money.
yeah,
Put someone else in charge of money.
yeah,
It's
put
that
anyone
simple.
else in charge, and and I think that's what's gonna happen. It's probably gonna be like the head of the NRSC this time, whoever it's gonna be. If it's Danes again, which I I don't know. Dane's kind of sucked, but
Hey, he got his McCormick. I'm not
yeah,
gonna.
but some of the decisions he made was pretty dumb at the end. But
Hey, at least he wasn't funneling a bunch of money into Illinois and Connecticut like Rick Scott was in 22.
yeah, I guess, but it's not really saying much. So, Mitch McTurtle has to go. Well, yeah, he's gone. Mitch McConnell's retiring after. Well, he may just not run. He may not retire, but he's not going to run again. Thank
No,
God.
because I know that he pressured the legislature to pass that bill where they can appoint the new senator instead of Andy Bashir. So
Yeah, it's one of those things. He's gonna be gone in like probably a year or so. American Nerd for 5. Breaking from Kelvin Coolidge Project, Stefanik has officially accepted President Trump's offer to become the U.S. ambassador to the UN. You know,
that's unfortunate. I kind of wanted Gabbard to get that role because that's like probably the only role she'd get confirmed to.
yeah. So for those, we got to talk about the whole cabinet situation, like who Trump's picking in. Real Texas joined. Hello.
What's up?
Yeah. So Stefanik is gonna be the UN ambassador. It looks like. It looks like she's accepted it. Now, I think this is risky. With how small our House majority is, I think this is very risky to do this. Like, how many Republicans can he pull from in the House? If we're being honest, like, how many can he realistically pull from? Like, 2? 1?
I think I think he's also getting Sam Graves from Missouri as like Secretary of Transportation.
Who?
Sam Graves from Missouri.
I don't know who that is. Is that Congressman?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's.
Man, that's risky. I mean, if we had a bigger House majority, sure, but like we're only up by what? We're gonna have like 222, probably 221.
Yeah.
I think we might get 23 because of that unexpected pickup in Colorado. So
Well, yeah, we
right.
gotta see what happens in Alaska too. So, Cherokee Bear for 2.
We
McConnell
gotta
for
see what happens with Mike Garcia as well.
he lost. It's
No,
over.
even if Mike Garcia goes down, it looks like we'll still pick up one net because of Colorado. That seat flip came out of nowhere. I don't
Yeah,
think
I'm
anyone
surprised
expected
by that. We got that seat, by the way. She conceded, so we got that one. Siskamati won. I don't know why they didn't call it yet, but Calvert's gonna win. Oh yeah, we'll have 22 or 23. That's actually pretty good, considering.
Yeah, Garcia might be the only incumbent to lose re-election in California.
That's surprising. And DeRaymer got screwed because, of course, the Constitution Party. Of course. Man, that's dumb. We lost to Raymer because of the Constitution Party. That's stupid. Cherokee.
I mean, I didn't really expect us to hold that seat anyways.
Well, no, she got 45%. The Constitution Party got 5%, and the Democrat got 48%. So do the math.
That might have been like a MAGA movement to vote for the Constitution, since Dreamers was kind of a rhino.
I guess, but still, that's trash.
It's like a Harris plus like 6 seat. Like we don't. I'd rather have a rhino in there than a fucking lefty. You know. So.
Cherokee Bear for 2. McConnell for stage. Oh, okay, not gonna say that. Life of Brian for 5. Put a spanner in the works of the transaction circuit in their Senate, and we might put in Scott. What? American Nerd for 2. Is Stephanik's district super Republican? Yeah, but we have a small House majority. I don't want to risk it. That's what I'm worried about. Like, we just pull too many people from the House, and then some special election happen, they get the majority. So
no, we should do. We should give some of the failed Senate candidates like Hung Kao should be in the administration.
Yeah,
like Eric Hovde. Hovde should have some position. I think. I think definitely Sam Brown. Sam Brown should be in something foreign policy related because
I think Veterans Affairs.
No, because he was unironically very good on foreign policy. Like he opposed like the whole women getting the draft thing, which a lot of Republicans voted for. Like he made a whole video talking that down. So I think we should put him somewhere foreign policy or Veterans Affairs. That might work.
Joe Kent would probably be good in that regard.
Yeah, Joe Kent's good somewhere else, I think.
Maybe I just don't think we should reward him because he's done absolutely nothing. He's blown 2 super winnable races. Like I don't think he should be rewarded in any regard.
Alex Ledbetter for 2. Gen Z men will never forgive Dems for COVID policy. American Nerd for 3. I want Tulsi to be in charge of the Pentagon. Would she get confirmed though? That's a problem. Like that's a problem. Like we got a majority, but like we can afford 3 people to vote against it. But I don't know.
Is there going to be chaos in the House again in January, or they just?
It sounds like it's gonna be Johnson again. That's what it sounds
Hopefully, they
like.
can just
He's
like
gonna probably have a
reelect him.
hard time getting votes, but
I think he'll get the majority. Trump's gonna force it through. He's not gonna piss around with it.
Yeah, I think MTG might do something stupid, but then it'll just be her.
Yeah,
Probably.
because I think people are gonna realize that now Trump's in charge. He has a mandate. He can do whatever, and I don't care what
Yeah.
Democrats are saying. Oh, he doesn't have a mandate. Yes, he does. Trump has a mandate, so he can do whatever the hell he wants for the next 4
Large
years.
Marge will not be able to stop Johnson.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna see. I think most Trump's picks are gonna get confirmed. You know, outside of Murkowski and Mel Collins, she might be a team player.
Here's
I
the
don't know,
thing.
but
Collins will only vote against something if it's guaranteed to pass. That's
Yeah.
what she'll do. Murkowski's the one you have to worry about. Like Collins, if she needs to vote for something, she will. But like she'll like do that thing to look moderate. Like for example, Amy Coney Barrett.
I
Like
remember
she knew
that.
she knew she was gonna get in, so she just voted no. So then she could go to Maine and be like, "Look, I voted against Trump's appointment."
I'm the bipartisan Republican. Yeah, that's the thing with Collins. Like, when we need her, she shows up, but Murkowski's useless. She's utterly
Yeah,
worthless.
he's a team player. Collins is a team player. Murkowski just sucks. So.
Deja Vu stand for 5. Carrie Lake and Ruben Gallego should be deported to Afghanistan. Also, Republicans should use Sarah McBride to make the Dems look worse.
Oh my god.
that's unironically.
Dude. We need.
I mean, they're going. You see what they're doing to Seth Molden? You guys see that?
I mean, what that super chat said about McBride, that's I think exactly why Republicans left him alone during the election.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's an issue now. That now you got Seth Moulton. I think it's Tom Swazi. They're coming out against it now, like the transgender stuff. So
honestly, I have a hot take about McBride. I think Sarah McBride's seat could be somewhat competitive in 26.
We'll see. Well,
yeah, no one
since
really
now that he's basically going to become the face of the party, Republicans may actually make an effort in that seat, which they didn't this time, which is shocking. But
McBride for DNC chairman.
Real. Again, I think Democrats.
Speaking of which, Pete Murphy's going to be DNC chair. Sounds like.
Wait, what?
Who is?
The governor of New Jersey.
Are you serious?
They're making a DNC chair after what happened?
They're giving Phil Murphy DNC chair. Are you serious? Is that a joke? Can you send me something?
No, let me see. Hold on.
If they give Phil Murphy, they've learned nothing. They've learned absolutely nothing. They're just going to double down on it. Go ahead. Run with Phil Murphy and see how that goes. Go ahead.
I'm surprised they're not going for like a black woman or something.
Chief Constituent for 5. I don't like Carrie Lake that much, but I would defend her. Arizona's stupid election system does this, and Hovde and Lake should explore it. Well, it's over, but yeah. K-Cup for 2.
She might run for something again now that Maricopa.
She's running for
now that Maricopa's got a new recorder.
She's running for governor, so K-Cup for 2. Just got here. What did I miss? Nothing much, but yeah. So apparently Phil Murphy's the favorite to become the DNC chair. I gotta look this up.
Is it true Harris might run for California governor?
Yeah, I heard about that. That was before even she became the nominee, so.
Yeah, Katie Porter is probably going to run, I think, as well.
That's going to be a shit show of a primary.
Dude, imagine the general ends up being between Katie Porter and Harris, and all the Republican counties vote for Katie Porter. Imagine that shit.
Oh my gosh, it's actually real. Oh my gosh. They're considering Phil Murphy.
Yeah, and then there'll be all the MAGA Katie Porter stands. It'll be insane.
Yeah, so New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy's rumored to be among the few names being considered to be the next chair of the Democrat National Committee. No way. Are these dumbasses who are going to pick Murphy? Are you serious?
Yeah, but wouldn't he want to serve at least another year as governor before his term is up, though? So, I don't know.
Well, no, he can be DNC chair and be governor.
He can be both. Chief Constituent for 2. Wouldn't it be humiliating if Murphy loses in 2025? Well, he can't run again. He's term limited. So, but, I mean, hey, he almost lost in 2021. He lost, or came close to losing.
Yeah, the Dem chairman, acts a lot differently than the chairman of the GOP. The chairman of the GOP, is a full-time position. For the Dems, it's more so a part-time.
Yeah, but
like
of all
position
people,
that they're gonna do in this.
I'm surprised they're going with Murphy. Are they having cold feet with like picking a woman for anything? Is that what's
Yeah, I
happening?
don't think they want to. I think they're gonna go very against identity politics now,
I
but
don't
it's gonna
think
be kind of
so.
hard to because they're gonna be parading this transgender person in the house
No, they're
now.
gonna double down. Well, see what they're doing to Seth Moulton? He came out against that crap and they're
Yeah,
attacking
yeah,
him
no,
now.
they're going to double. They're going to double down. They think half the country's, you know, Zazis. So
Yeah, and notice this about Seth Moulton. Seth Moulton's from Massachusetts,
Yeah,
so even in this part of the country,
they're
like New
against this
England,
stuff.
people are turning against this shit. Like, look at Massachusetts. Trump almost got 40% in
Let me pull this up,
Massachusetts.
actually. Yeah, let me pull up the New York Times map. But it's
The
like
Irish exit is happening. The Irish are going the way of the
Irish
Italians.
Plexus.
No, Irish exit. It's like Italian exit. That
Yeah,
happened like 30 years ago.
let me pull this
And
up.
now it's happening for the Irish.
Yeah,
Dang.
Seth
Irish.
Moulton, for those that don't know, he's a congressman from Massachusetts, and he's come out against the transgender stuff now. Out of the blue. Same thing with Tom Swazi. In
Well, Swazi's always been more moderate since he got in. Like,
yeah, I think
honestly, I think non-zero chance like Swazi becomes an independent by 2028.
we'll see.
Like,
Because yeah, he's been
yeah,
actually like super independent,
he's
unironically.
like he's like the House equivalent of Joe Manchin, basically now.
Was actually kind of independent this time around. So
Dude,
so does that mean
he's got
Democrats
like
are
a
actually going to like
C.
fund
He's
Congress?
got like a C from Numbers USA, which is like unheard of from a Dem.
yeah,
Like Dems,
especially
like
now.
yeah, Dems like never get over an F rating from numbers. So
Um, Deja Vu stand for 2. Dems should run AOC for president. AOC McBride 2028.
I hope that happens, dude.
Go
Because Dems
ahead.
are saying ET thinks that she would win AOC against Vance, and
She
I'm just
would.
like,
You know what
please,
happened?
please.
Vance would
Illinois
absolutely
would be
crush her.
within 5. Illinois would be within 5.
Vance probably wins New Jersey at that point in Minnesota. So go ahead, go run that. Go run the AOC McBride. Go ahead. Seth Moulton will get primaried. Oh yeah, he's done. I think he's gonna get thrown out. I mean, these idiots. It's like he's literally a Democrat at every issue. Like every single issue, he's a partisan Democrat. But the one issue he's saying, "Hey, I'm against this personally." It's like, nope, you're not a true Democrat. Get out of here. Wouldn't it be funny though? Like, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but what if he switched parties? Not saying it's gonna happen, obviously, but like, what if he just says screw it? I'm gonna lose anyways. Might as well flip parties.
We'll have to wait and see.
I'll see. But I just can't believe that's what they're talking about. Like, these idiots have not learned. I thought they were gonna learn their lesson, but it's clear they're not. So, yeah. Chief constituent for 5. Democrats won't learn. Good. Republicans have their issues, especially once Trump is out of the picture, but Dems are completely lost. I hope it stays that way forever. Yeah, they have no clue what they're doing. They've gotten lucky. That's what happened. The past, like, 10 years, they have gotten lucky in 22. That's about it. So, it's one of those things where...
For the special elections, too. Remember
Yeah,
all the
that's it. Because guess what? The only people that vote for them now are people that vote in every election. Which, by the way, this confirmed it. So, yeah. Mike for 10. I have a far-fetched proposal since Dems are imploding hold on. I have a far-fetched proposal since Dems are imploding and are at a weak point. Now would be the time to form a populist version of the Republican Party. These rhinos are holding us back and are anti-USA. Well, it's what's happening right now. There is like a realignment happening. So,
we just need like a big tent. That's what we need, which is inherently populist.
yeah, well, we do kind of, we're starting to get that a little bit. Especially the Hispanics and stuff moving over. Which, by the way, Democrats, keep attacking the Hispanic voters. Go ahead. Keep calling them racist and sexist. Go right ahead and see what happens. Friggin' dumbasses. I mean, seriously, these voters voted for you forever. But now you're calling them racist and sexist because they voted for Trump? Really?
Yeah, try attacking the Hispanic. But also, they're telling people to boycott Arab-owned businesses now. So
Go
yeah,
ahead.
Muslims are going to be like 90-10 Republican next time.
These
Also,
idiots.
can we talk about the fact that Native Americans were the most Republican group?
Yeah, I think it's because of Oklahoma and North Carolina. So I think it's a little bit misleading, but they did swing Republican. But let's see. But yeah, what was it like? R plus 40 or something? Native Americans. I think it was like R plus 40.
So Democrats will probably just be calling Hispanics wannabe white people, and then in 2028 they'll start calling them Latinx.
Listen, go ahead. Listen, by the end of the decade, they're going to be majority Republican. It's already happening in Texas, so good luck. Good luck with that. I mean, these idiots have never learned. They have not learned their lessons. I mean, you attacked the white working class voter, and that didn't work for you at all. Now you're attacking the Hispanic voters and Muslims? What's next? Are they going to attack black? Well, actually, they did. They are attacking black voters. What a bunch of idiots. Unbelievable.
By the way, looking back at the election, Jill Stein did horrible.
Yeah, she did nothing. What the percent of the vote she get? Like 1/4%?
She got 0.47 nationally.
That's pathetic.
She only barely did better than RFK Jr.
Chief Constituent, yeah, I read your super chat about the Republicans that have problems, yeah. But I read your super chat. Joseph Gindi for 2. Mitch McConnell endorses Larry Hogan for majority leader. That's real. Zelfin LZ99 for 2. Do you think Scott can win? I think the only way is if Trump gets involved, but we'll see. Would he risk it? Because you gotta be careful with your Trump here, because you gotta deal with people like Curtis and Murkowski. So you don't want to piss off anyone else, but President Gilbert giddy up for 5. Wouldn't be surprised if Dems start Latino guilt like they do with white guilt. Oh yeah, they will. They're gonna attack every group that don't vote for them. And they're gonna ask themselves, whoa, why are Hispanics shifting so Republican? Yeah, because you're attacking them. Idiots. I mean, these people are dumb. Like, instead of trying to bring these people back into the party, they just attack them for the dumbest of reasons. Like, seriously, they voted for Trump, and you just, instead of trying to win them back, you're attacking them? It does not work, but Michigan, Minnesota, and Hawaii were the best Stein states. Yeah, well, that makes sense. American Nerd for 5. Rap, imagine if the Democrats just keep doubling down and recycle to the point they go the way of the Federalists and the Whig Party. I wouldn't go that far, but they're going to keep doubling down. They're going to keep tripling down on this crap.
I have a hot take, but I think in the future you could see like a third-party Hawaiian independence candidate start making Hawaii competitive.
Why Hawaii?
I feel like an independence movement in Hawaii might start growing eventually.
I never thought about that.
That's just a gut feeling, but I don't know.
Tyler T for 2. Brandon Herrera for ATF director. That would be based, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think Trump likes him that much, so
we'll see. Trump won Native Americans. You're telling me Elizabeth Warren voted for Trump? That's real. Eric CB, for 2. Why hasn't decision just called Pennsylvania from McCormick and Colorado 8th? I don't know.
Well, Pennsylvania, they're waiting for basically every single last vote out of Philadelphia.
This is dumb. This is so dumb. They counted provisionals and it got more Republican. So that's from Philly. So what the hell are we doing here?
Oh, but the next dump will be 90-10 Casey.
Literally at this point, he needs like 110% or something. It's over. Stephen Howard for 5. Rap, who do you want DeWine to appoint to the Vance seat? I think Ramaswamy is going for governor 26. Maybe Warren Davidson, maybe? But that's not going to happen, so.
There's this guy, what is it, Sprague or something? I don't know what it's.
What?
Isn't there this guy named Sprague? I gotta find the image.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me scroll down my likes.
Deja Vu stand for 2. Did you see New Jersey 9th? That needs to be a focus district. Yeah, what the hell happened in New Jersey 9th? Let me pull this up. Yeah, it was only D+4. Somehow. Like, Republicans did damn good in New Jersey. They didn't flip anything, but if it was a real, like, not a gerrymander like it is, Democrats would have lost a bunch of House seats here. Easily.
Also, did you see the Handmaid's Tale outfits? Apparently,
the size like triple X's are out.
Yeah, they're all sold out because all the fat women are all the fat women are going to DC and wearing those or something. I don't know.
I don't get this. Like, what's the point? Why? That's not even gonna happen. So I don't get what they're. I don't know. Tyler T for 2. Thune and Courtney needs to be primaried at 26. Well, no, Thune's up in 28. So we're stuck.
I remember rap. Project 2025 mandates women to wear the Handmaid's Tale outfits because.
But it doesn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, Courtney.
Yes, it does. You gotta read deeper into it. This certain page, I don't know what a page is, but I don't know what the page or paragraph is, but it says it somewhere. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, Corden. The only reason Corden might be a decent option is because the fact he's gone in 26 if he does anything dumb. So
okay, here's the guy in Ohio. Let me send it. It's Robert Sprague.
Oh yeah, isn't he running for something in 26?
I think he's running for Senate. I could be wrong, but I think he's running for Senate.
Yeah, this guy's a state treasurer, right?
Yeah, state treasurer.
Yeah, so we might have a replacement for Vance. Have no clue what he is on the issues, but we'll see. Eggman and Fireman.
Probably better than Dole, at least.
Eggman and Fireman for 10. Been checking on cartoon/art Twitter. My God, the meltdowns are worse than I thought. These people who were just simply pissed before in 2016 have gone full-blown schizo. Wishing death on Trump and voters. Yeah, these people have lost their minds completely. Andrew Jones for 5. Dems should have played both sides with Israel and Gaza. Imagine they permanently lost majority support in both groups. Well, yeah, they played both sides and it blew up in their face. They shouldn't have. Trump, meanwhile, like, he won the Muslim, or a chunk of the Muslim vote, even though he's pro-Israel. Because he was honest. He's like, hey, I'm pro-Israel, but I'm gonna end the wars. And the killing. Chief Constituent for 20. Even if I'm fairly right-wing, I was willing to hear out Dems, but many personally insulted me and cut me off in real life over my vote. Makes me not want to vote Democrat, and I know others feel the same. Democrats would be wise to avoid this. Well, they're delusional. They really think if they triple down on this, they'll win. Like, they're trying to guilt people into voting Dem. It's like, that doesn't work. People are getting sick of it. So, yeah. Rap, is it true that Trump is about to pay off all the debt that the Harris campaign has? Well, I think that's a meme. I don't think he's actually going to do it. Will he? Unless I missed something. I don't think he will.
How do you feel about the, I don't know when exactly they're voting on the majority leader, but how do you feel about the race?
So, yeah, they're voting on this Wednesday. I think it's going to be, no one's going to get a majority. But I think it's going to be like...
I think the first round, I mean, it's definitely a plurality, but...
Now, I'm hoping that something crazy happens where Rick Scott's second. Somehow. Because at that point, I think Corden people will go to Rick Scott. But we'll see. Reasonable to simp for 2. 2030 census locks Dems out of the Electoral College. Yeah, that's something we got to talk about. The Electoral College is about to change completely in 2030. Like, Democrats would be screwed across the board if the current trends continue. Tyler T for 2. Kamala lost to Jill Stein in Dearborn. Is it official? Did she lose Dearborn to Stein? I saw it election night, but that was one precinct, so I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think she took second in Dearborn. Democrats right now are basically the Principal Skinner. No, it's the kids meme in a nutshell. Yeah, basically. They blame everyone but themselves, and they don't have accountability. And now they're gonna get killed politically. Mike for 2. Vance versus Harris 2028. Vance picks up Minnesota, New Jersey, New Hampshire. Does Harris run for something again? Or does she
I doubt it.
I mean, you suffer the worst defeat in like 40 years. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I mean, Biden might actually, I don't know if he's actually going to do it, but there's rumors that he's going to resign so Harris can become the first female president.
I don't think so. I think they're so bitter with each other, that's not going to happen. I guess it's possible, but can you just imagine, though, that actually happens? It's like, oh yeah, she's the first woman president, and then all the merch Trump has, they have to change. Well, the Trump 47 stuff. They'd be like, nope.
By the way, I just found out Donald Trump is the first Republican to receive 1 million votes in Maricopa County.
Really?
Yep.
So you're telling me the unelectable Republican got the most votes ever out of Maricopa County?
First Republican, yep.
But I thought he was
and also
unelectable.
John Bolton. Oh, and apparently John Bolton yesterday confirmed he didn't hear the losers and suckers thing.
Oh, now he says it. What a freaking hack. Now they start saying it's bullshit. Which, by the way, speaking of Arizona, it's currently Trump plus 5-6. How? What the hell happened here? Well, what did Democrats do in Arizona that made it so Republican? Is it just the border? Was that bad?
Probably so.
Was Arizona hit that bad? And I didn't even realize that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's see.
I think it's basically every trend that I like accelerates.
Yep,
and
I saw that.
Every trend I don't like reverts.
Well, that's what's happening right now. It's like, this is literally the meme, but in reverse. Instead of for Democrats, it's for Republicans. The memes, the only counties that shifted Democrat were like the Atlanta suburbs. And that's it. Matt Travis for 2. Has the House been called? What the F is taken? So, like, it's over. We got the House. We got the House. Chief Constituent for 5. Exit polls on young men feel right because I know a few men who lied to their girlfriends about voting for Trump, and the ones melted down were 90% women. Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Trump did very good with young men, and even better with young women compared to 2020. Not as good as young men, but still.
Oh, yeah. Rep, there's a new Bob Casey moment.
What did Bob Casey do now?
Look, in general, these are ads he's putting on Instagram.
Oh my... Can I show on the stream?
Dude, yeah, put it on the stream.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not, like, doing anything, so...
No, I didn't post this isn't from me. This is
oh
from
my
on gosh!
The race is not over. Are you serious right now? He's not going down. He is sinking his father's legacy. He is sinking his father's legacy right now. This is bullshit. This is unbelievable. Like, seriously? The race is not over.
State of shock. Because every time he's ran, he's won by like over 10 points. So he's just like shocked. He's in a state of shock that he could have lost.
At least Bernie Moreno and Tester, at least they went down with honor. Like, what the hell is this? What a joke. He's e-bigging. Yeah. Count Kilroy graph for 5. Democrats doubled down and blaming the voters as a doom loop. Yeah, they're going to blame the voters. K-Cup for 5. All the Trump 47 stuff will go to Africa. Very similar to how the team who loses the Super Bowl. Over there, we have Trump 47 of Bengals Super Bowl champ skiers. That's real. Gustavo G for 2. Remember, no hope in Arizona. I see life in Georgia. Well, I think Arizona's turned the corner right now. For whatever reason, it's turned the corner. I'm just worried about Georgia now. But the rest of these states, not so much. But yeah, so he's actually not conceding. Didn't Joe Manchin literally say the race was over?
Oh, yeah, he did.
So what the hell's Bob Casey doing? What's the point?
By the way, apparently, Jill Stein won Muslims in Michigan.
Seriously?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's from an account named. It's from an account named. Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's from an account named Stats for Lefties. But
I don't know. Ricky was here for 2. Gay marriage amendment in Hawaii is only up by 10. Really? Gay marriage only up by 10 in Hawaii? What the hell? I guess
it's probably the older folks, maybe.
Yeah. Reasonable dissent for 2. Can Trump get Congress?
California voted to keep slavery.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, no one opposed it.
Prison F word.
Let's see. Reasonable dissent for 2. Can Trump get Congress to pass term limits? No. Not going to happen. These same people signed pledges to say they're going to run for 2 terms, and they didn't. So, Count Kilroy for 5. The Pennsylvania Senate race ends with Casey banished to the crystals. Yeah, basically. I mean, this guy's on meth right now or something. This is insane. There's no vote. Is there any votes left in Pennsylvania? I thought they counted everything. Honestly, I thought they counted every vote.
By the way, Republicans won the Maricopa County superintendent race.
I saw, yeah, we won everything in Arizona, except, funny enough, the Senate race.
Yep.
Should have ran Mark Lamb. Should have went with Lamb. Listen, I knew the race was over when Mark Lamb got 45% of the vote, despite running not the best campaign. He got 45% of the vote. What a joke. What an utter joke. That should have been a free pickup, but no, we got stuck with Lake. And she's going to run again.
About something I noticed at a Tennessee.
Dude,
so apparently,
don't trust. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna say something. Don't trust Stats for Lefties. Stats for Lefties, like they're a UK account, and their UK numbers were wrong. Like they made this thing a few months back where it was like George Galloway is projected to win his constituency, and they literally just posted this one like communist like election prediction, and that was their source for the numbers. Yeah, so I wouldn't take Stats for Lefties very serious. They're not like actual account. They just like post
it's like a scam
images basically.
It's like a scam.
Yeah, they're not even American, and the country they're from, they get stuff wrong all the time too. So it's not even like they're accurate there.
Let's see here. Frankie Jr. for 2. McCormick was brought to the Senate to vote. He won. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, he's a senator. Give me a break. Oh no, we can still win. Gustavo G for 2. Rap. How does it feel that Wisconsin's now pre-Trump Florida tier? It feels weird. I still can't get over the fact that it voted to the left of Pennsylvania and Michigan. I can't get over that.
So, by the way, I was looking at the Wikipedia page for the 2026 governor election in Tennessee, and apparently John Rose from Tennessee 6th District might be running. I don't think he's going to win the primary, but the thing about this is that that seat being open could open the door for Riley Gaines to be running for Congress.
We'll see.
Is he affiliated with our John Rose?
I doubt it.
No.
K-Cup for 2. Hovde actually... I can't read that super chat. But, yeah, Casey's sort of temper tantrum. Alex Demira for 2. Any chance Republicans will back off on abortion for a little bit? I think Democrats, they're going to double down on it.
Yeah. Republicans need to like, take the Trump... Because, dude, if Republicans just, like, ditched a lot of these, like, nut jobs, at least they stopped talking about abortion, like all these people, Dems would have nothing. Like realistically, because that's like the last thing they have. So if Republicans just got rid of some of these people who are like want to ban all of it, like Republicans would be doing fine at the moment.
Well, no, I just think, well, also funny enough, actually the issue of abortion, it's swung right, by the way. Like people are actually more pro-life.
Yeah, and that's because that's because Trump was moderate on it. That's not because Americans are pro-life. It's just that people don't really care.
They literally ask a poll question like abortion. They literally asked a question about like banning abortion after like 15 weeks, and it went like
60% still consider themselves pro-choice in all or most cases.
I know, but like they literally asked a question and swung right. It became more conservative.
Yeah, the issue with that though is that like people will say, "Oh yeah, I don't want it after a certain time." But then, like, that'll be on a referendum, and they'll vote for the pro-choice option every time. Like, people are just dumb.
Just the time history for 10. We won. Casey isn't going to concede and go to Congress to get sworn in. Oh, he'll try something if this keeps up. Is he going to have his own January 6th?
No, it's funny though because like they're letting McCormick is just like gonna like Schumer banned him from going to the orientation, but he's gonna like get driven there by other Senate.
Yeah, I think it's Mike Lee that's bringing him.
Yeah.
Hamster Eater for 5. Is Trump stupid picking Stefanik for cabinet position with our House majority as narrow as it is? Does he not remember Alabama 2017? Well, I just think that New York has won so far right. Like I know Alabama, that was a one-off occurrence. That was a fluke. Jacob Hawley for 20.
As long as we don't run a convicted something, we'll be fine.
It's the only reason we lost that seat. So, Jacob Hawley for 20. Bernie voter here who voted for Trump. Glad I helped. No joke, guys. This big 10-party idea you Republicans have going is really appealing to me. Keep it up. I might register as a Republican if you guys keep the populism going. Well, yeah, I think it's a good idea to go big tent. Now, not too big of a tent. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not go too insane on that. But yeah, have a big tent party for working class people. Eggman Fireman for 5.
No, I think bringing in some of these like progressives like Gabbard and RFK has been definitely a net positive. Like, I'd rather have people like RFK in the administration than like people like John Bolton, you know, so.
Eggman Fireman for 5. Gallagher Whitty still sucks. Knowing Stephen Richer said he wants to make Lake's life a living hell. Oh, yeah. Maricopium still seems like a very corrupt, well, I can't really say anything, but yeah. that needs to be addressed. You can't have people allegedly saying stuff like that. I cannot confirm if that's real, but we'll see. Hamster Eater for 5, you're right. Cradle Robber, John Rose might be running for governor. Heck no. Glenn Jacobs, aka Kane, for governor 2026. Let's go. Yeah, that's right. He's gonna run for governor, I thought. Kane is.
Yeah, I think he'll if anyone wins the primary, it's probably gonna be him.
Oh yeah. Just name recognition alone. Yeah, so apparently ABC, they just dropped a report saying that Elon Musk is weighing in on the Trump's staffing decisions. Apparently Elon Musk is making a lot of these decisions, I guess. And speaking of that, we got to talk about it because that's the point of the stream. So Trump is making some very good picks. Now, Stefanik I have questions about because, again, she's in the House. We have a small majority. Is it really worth it? I don't know. But Trump made a big decision today. He has picked Stephen Miller as his deputy chief of staff.
He also picked the old border ICE
Tom
guy.
Homan. This guy is by far the best choice. Like, I like Miller, but Tom Homan, I think that's how you say his last name. He might be the best pick Trump's made ever. For those that don't know, this guy does not piss around on immigration. He doesn't. He is an immigration hawk. He's the one that went on 60 Minutes and said, yeah, we got to deport everyone. And he said some other stuff that I can't really say here on YouTube, but he doesn't piss around. And Trump has said he will be in charge of deporting all illegal aliens. He is in charge of our nation's borders. He is now the border czar. Remember when people said that didn't exist, by the way? That Kamala Harris was never the border czar. But yeah, Trump has his own border czar now. And some of this is actually worthwhile. Bez Momau for 5. Imagine 2026 and we continue our ground game with TPUSA and Scott Presser in Pennsylvania. If we expand our ground game to other states, we can easily have a red wave 26. I wouldn't go that far yet.
Oh, by the way, I think Democrats had their nominee for governor of New Jersey.
Who?
Looks like it's going to be Ross J. Baraka, the mayor of Newark.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's probably the front runner.
So a city that had a bigger rightward shift than New York is going to be.
I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, if that
and we got Jack again, right?
Yeah. Essex County shifted 11 points right. I don't think it's a good idea. That may not be a good idea for Dems, but go ahead. Hey, Jackson really has a chance.
I think it's either going to probably be Baraka or it's going to be Stephen Fulop.
Who?
Stephen Fulop is the mayor of Jersey City. So yeah, the mayors of the 2 largest cities in New Jersey
that shifted the most Republican. What a bunch of idiots! Like, really? You're gonna pick the two people that run the cities that shifted most Republican. That's your plan?
Even better, I think we should pick Brandon Johnson to be the Democrats' 2028 candidate. If we're going this route of just like whoever city moves the most Republican, we're gonna run them for office. Run Brandon Johnson. Yeah, dude. Run Brandon Johnson and the El Paso mayor as the ticket in 28. That'd be great.
I think the El Paso mayor is the is he a Republican?
K-Cup for 2. Did you ever?
The Republican lost re-election in 2020, and he got a lower percent in the second round. Now. He got a lower percent in the runoff than he got in the initial round.
How? How does it make any sense?
He got less popular.
All right, K-Cup for 2. Did you ever see Haman versus AOC? Yes, I did. Let's see. The Great Wall of Mexico. Whitman will run as vice president with Newsom. If Democrats pick Newsom, they're gonna get killed. They're gonna get absolutely killed. Like, if you, are they gonna pick a California person again? They're not that dumb, right? Right?
I don't know.
Let's see. The congestion scam told caused red wave. Well, apparently, yeah. So New York City, they have that stupid, what is it? The congestion toll? Whatever it's called. What's it called? Shit, chat. What's it called? There's like that shit policy Hochul trying to pass through. Congestion, I think.
I don't know. They legalized jaywalking, so.
We can't forget Peanut the squirrel either.
That's true.
Like, that definitely played.
Alex DeMuro for 2.
I wonder if there's any single issue Peanut the Squirrel voters. Probably the parents of the squirrel, you know.
Yeah, congested pricing. Yeah, so basically it's just a scam where like they punish people for, you know, commuting everywhere. And effectively, they're bringing it back now. For after they lost, they brought it back. It's like, all right, you not learn your lesson. Go ahead. Alex DeMuro for 2. I'm from New Jersey. Fulop is a strong pick. He's ex-Marine. Dustin Carter for 2. Republican margins to Georgia 26. Kemp for Senate. Jones for governor. I think Kemp wins. Same thing with Jones. Georgia's a tough state to read. Is it just a Trump thing or what?
I think if you're going to have lower black turnout, it's probably going to be easier for Republicans.
No, we have to deal with Warnock.
I mean, the thing is, Warnock. I mean, Raphael Warnock is the turnout machine.
Yeah, it's clear.
And I think part of that is because he's the pastor of MLK.
Yeah, Kemp is going to win the Senate race in 26, and I think that'll be the last hurrah for Republicans in Georgia for a while at least.
We don't really. The thing is, we don't really know if this is just a Trump thing, like the WoW counties. The WoW counties, I think, are Trump thing. I think that they just don't like Trump, but we'll see. I guess. Jacob,
I think Kemp will probably win against Ossoff. I mean, it'll be very close.
Yeah,
I mean, Ossoff is
yeah, Kemp's gonna win. I think.
Yeah, Kemp's got that.
And Burt Jones is gonna beat Stacey Abrams.
Remember how Ossoff was supposed to be like a JFK 2.0, like transitional figure, and then nobody talks about him.
No one gives a shit about him. No one cares.
He's the most like backbench senator possible.
Has he done a single thing in office?
No, he hasn't.
I have no idea.
Jacob Hawley for 5. Yes, they're dumb. My friends in Discord are calling for the party to go full socialist with Bernie and AOC. Dems are going to shift left. Go ahead. Shift further to the left.
I hope they do that.
I think for the governor race, I mean, they're probably nominating Stacey Abrams again, so.
They're going to get killed. Even with Jones. Burt Jones is going to win easily.
Yeah.
I mean, have they not learned their lesson with Stacey Abrams? If they nominate her a 3rd time, oh gosh, that means we're dealing with Carrie Lake again. Oh no.
No, it's the voters that are racist.
We're going to get stuck with Carrie Lake again in Arizona. Because now, no matter what happens, no matter who you run, it's clear. She has 55% of the Republican primary vote. No matter what happens, she'll get a majority of the vote in the primary. But the problem is
Trump just like maybe she should just go become. She wanted to campaign in Mexico. Just give her this leader of CPAC Mexico. She can become the spokesperson. She gets to live in Mexico. She can interact with the new socialist Mexican president.
I can't believe that Mark Lamb of all people, despite having no funding and really no real campaign, he got 45% of the vote against Carrie Lake.
Imagine if Doug Ducey ran, dude. He would have beat Lake. It would be insane.
I would say that because Lake has a majority of the vote no matter what. So.
No, we should have run Doug Ducey for this. He would have won easily.
Just a time history for 5. In 2020, the Dems will run a ticket of AOC and Stacey Abrams. Go ahead. Dustin Carter for 2. The North Atlanta suburbs shifted right. George is a question mark. Did they actually shift right? Yeah, they actually did.
I'm looking at my Twitter feed. Why is Libs of TikTok censoring crap?
I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking here, and yeah, so the southern parts of the Atlanta shifted Democrat. The northern parts shifted right. Even Cherokee was only 0.2%. Yeah, it's going to come out of Fulton down the line. If Republicans narrow the margin to Fulton to called, they got it.
Also, speaking of Libs of TikTok, she posted this. Or actually, Tim Young posted this, but it's a so the Biden administration posted a Chinese plane to honor Veterans Day.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I gotta send this.
You serious?
I think I am.
Let's see. The South Atlanta suburbs are a massive problem. Oh yeah, that's our problem in Georgia.
Well, the thing is, those suburbs, those are very, very black.
I know, but they're just getting more and more Democrat.
Yeah, because I think we're also getting more and more black.
Trump did outrun Herschel Walker in Fayette, though. So,
but yeah, Trump did better in DeKalb, Gwinnett, Fulton. He's got to do better in Cobb. I think Republicans got to figure this out. They got to do better in downtown Atlanta. They have any chance? Could Trump have won New Hampshire if he spent time there? He lost it by 3, but I don't know.
Florida was closer than Arizona, and actually,
wait, yeah, it was closer than freaking Arizona. What the hell? And Nevada and Pennsylvania looks like. Then Minnesota, and then
what was Georgia? Georgia was.
Georgia was R+2.
Well, yeah, New Jersey was closer than Arizona. So,
I can't get over that. Well, no, it's got a bit more Democrat now, but Arizona we don't know yet.
No, it's around the same margin because Arizona is still over 6 for Trump. It's like 6.1.
Let's see. Thankfully, Atlanta has had less growth that has shifted right under Trump. Well, the problem is the suburbs. Like, Henry County is a big problem. But the good news for us is it seems like Trump is, the places like DeKalb, Gwinnett, Cobb, the areas that actually have people in them, compared to, like, Henry County, it looks like they're starting to shift right a little bit. Just a tiny bit, but they're starting to stagnate. So, yeah, that's good for Trump. That is really good for Trump. New Hampshire isn't going red in 28, though because of an anti-incumbent. Well, yeah, that's the thing with New Hampshire. It is a bit anti-incumbent, but...
that's kind of overstated.
It's overstated, like, but it's real. It is real to a lesser extent. They're a Democrat trying to get Kamala run in 2028 because the Simpsons episode that predicted Trump's presidency. Go ahead. Run. Can you imagine Harris versus Vance? Oh my gosh. That would be an utter beatdown. I mean, Vance would win everything. Like, Vance was the most well-liked guy that ran, by the way. Remember when everyone said that Vance was the worst pick ever for VP? Yeah, he turned out to be the most popular of the four. He was the most popular.
I'm glad we got Vance. He was
Told you.
Massively.
Told you. I'm taking my victory lap on that, by the way. Because all these idiots were saying, oh no, the J.D. Vance is going to sink Trump in Wisconsin and Michigan. Because he's unelectable. Yeah, how does that look right now?
No, people weren't saying that, but I remember because that was like right after the assassination attempt and everything. So like, people were just like, "Oh, Trump will win this year, but Vance is so cooked in 28." But it's like,
no, I remember these people were saying.
Looks like he's the front runner right now for 28.
These people were saying that he was going to cost Trump the election. I remember this. Go look at what Nate Silver said in September. He said that J.D. Vance was the worst vice presidential pick ever. He's going to sink Trump. It's all over for him. Yeah, that didn't happen. So much for good old Midwestern dad walls. Yeah, about that. Yeah, how he did worse in his own state. They did worse in Minnesota by some miracle, but not enough to flip it. So much, hold on. Vance keeps the Rust Belt. Yeah, I think so. Dems have learned nothing about their terrible blue wave predictions this year. Nothing. They really think Iowa, Texas, and other states are winnable in 26. They'll be lucky to win in 2028. I think if Vance is the nominee and Trump does a good job in the next 4 years, I think Vance wins easily. I think he wins easily. Let's see. Didn't age well. Yeah, these people are dumb. They convinced themselves Vance was going to cost Trump, like, Wisconsin. Remember the Michigan stuff? Like, the whole Michigan and Ohio game? Like, that, because Vance is a fan of Ohio State's. It was going to cost Trump in Michigan.
I remember that shit.
Oh, yeah, hold on. How did this swing? Oh, yeah, Ann Arbor shifted 2 points right. These people are dumb. These people are idiots. Dumb. Let's see. Democrats are too left to get elected. Well, I wouldn't say that. They're incompetent right now. They have no clue what they're doing. Jackson Bash for 5. Vance will win at least 330 electoral votes. He gets rid of the Trump's too polarizing factor. Well, I don't think it's even a thing that anymore. Because Trump is more well-liked than he was ever beforehand. So, I don't know.
Imagine Tim Walz 2028.
Tim Walz 2028. He's not going to run. His career's done.
Imagine if he did.
I mean, honestly, has there ever been a failed vice presidential candidate to do anything?
I'm trying to think. There's got to have been. Wasn't Bob Dole and like...
Yeah, but he lost.
Wasn't he the VP?
He was the VP for Ford, I think.
Yeah, but he still ran, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
but
I'm
he got
not,
the
no,
nomination,
Walls
but he still
wouldn't
got
win.
crushed.
Yeah, Walls wouldn't win, but it'd be funny if he ran and then lost. Because it would be, if it was him versus Vance, that'd be a blowout.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. I mean, it's clear Vance is a future. If things go well, he's be president 48. I'm convinced. Chief Constituent for 2. What should Democrats do to come back from this loss? If they're smart, they abandon the woke crap and the DEI stuff. Folks, stop
the
talking
DEI.
about.
We have to get rid of the DEI districts now. That's gonna be the
Well, no,
top
it's like these people
priority.
they focus so much on identity that it's like people want policy. They're asking you, how are you going to make my life better?
I'm a black woman,
That's all they talked about, and it blew up in their face.
Yeah.
So now it's like, if they're smart, they stop talking about that and start talking about issues that people give a shit about. But they're not going to.
I'm a black woman from Canada. Vote for me.
Reasonable to simp for 2. Could Ronnie Jackson primary corner, and could he actually win? Real Texan, what do you think?
Maybe.
Like,
I think if he becomes majority leader, then he's probably gonna have a lot more money.
Probably. American Nerd for 2. Who was Mondale's running mate in 84? Was it a woman?
Yeah, Geraldine Ferrara.
Yeah.
Yeah, her career just nukes, but then again, like, you're gonna get nuked if you win. Like, technically, Walter Mondale's the only person to ever lose an election in every single state. He lost every state but Minnesota, and then in 2002 he lost the Senate race.
Oh
in
yeah,
Minnesota.
that's right. He lost the Senate race.
Yeah, so he's the only person to have ever lost a federal election in all 50 states. So
Yeah,
you should get a world record.
Was
for
it a
that,
weird
dude.
thing where like the person died and they needed to run someone, so they just picked Mondale? It was something crazy like that.
Yeah, and then he lost. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's the only one to ever lose every state. Yeah. I can't think of another person. Because let's see, trying to think. Goldwater won the South, obviously. McGovern won Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single state, yeah. I can't, yeah, that's it. Just freaking, it's beautiful.
Unless you count third parties, because Chase Oliver lost an election in every state, but major.
I'm talking with people that actually matter in elections.
Yeah.
Does Susan Collins retire?
Also,
No.
what percent did the Libertarians get this cycle?
I think it was like 0.2%. It was nothing.
Oh God, like, yeah, that's awful. Because 2020, I remember, was awful when Jorgensen got 1.1%. That was seen as like a new low for the Libertarians.
All that happened was the Libertarians that actually gave a shit. They just voted for Trump.
Okay,
no,
so here's
the Mises Caucus,
totals,
who like kind of unofficially run the party, are like encouraging people to vote Trump because.
All right, I got the vote totals, by the way. So yeah, Trump won the Trump 50.4, Harris 47.8. Jill Stein came in third at 0.47. RFK Jr. in fourth, 0.46. Chase Oliver in fifth, 0.41.
Hold on. American Nerd for 3. What other counter picks does Trump need to make? He's got to put Elon Musk and RFK somewhere. Poster Tubs for 2. We're gonna win so much we're gonna get tired of winning. Well, we got breaking news, everyone. We have breaking news from Politico. There's now internal backlash building against the conservatives vocally supporting Rick Scott for Senate Majority Leader. Are you shitting me with this? They're mad that their voters are saying we want Rick Scott.
It's supposed to be secret, guys.
The bulk of the Republican rank and file are not pleased at all. We spoke with one senator who was aghast at the effort, as well as a GOP aide who said the campaign is pissing off senators whose votes Rick needs to win. What a pile of crap. Are you serious right now? Senators do not take kindly to have an army of social media trolls attack them. They haven't learned. They haven't freaking learned their lesson. Are you? Oh my gosh.
What's up? No, here's the thing. Like, I'd understand this if, like, we still didn't have direct election of U.S. senators. Like, if like the Senate was still officially like separate from the people, like it used to be, where like the state legislature. Like, I'd understand that in this case, but no, senators now are like directly responsible for their constituents.
This is
just given that, like,
ridiculous.
they're directly elected. So yeah, there shouldn't be a secret ballot. You shouldn't be attacking your constituents because they want
They're
someone
killed.
because they don't. Yeah, it's awful.
Tubbs joined. Hello there.
Yeah,
Also,
that
some breaking news regarding the Senate race. So John Rich, a country singer, big conservative activist, personally spoke to Marsha Blackburn and has confirmed that she has not endorsed John Foon, which is, I think, what the that list had said.
I think that list is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
That
list
has
oh yeah, because I think it had Foon voting for Cornyn.
Yeah, Foon's actually a secret Cornyn supporter. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Chief, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, that super chat was me, by the way. I just decided.
I know.
But yeah, like Thune and Cornyn are both horrible, and I say this as someone who isn't even a huge fan of Rick Scott. Like Rick Scott is by far the least bad option.
Yeah, I mean, again, like Rick Scott, you could argue, well, the funding at 22, but like keep him away from the money. He's good on the issues especially compared to Cornyn and Thune. These guys suck. Have they done anything good ever?
No, I mean the only good thing Thune did was knock out Deschelles, and that was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago. Who cares? Dustin Carter for 2. In my opinion, Republicans keep an advantage in Georgia. The Atlanta suburbs shift Republican in central Georgia. Maybe. Chief constituent for 2. This is why Republicans underperform Trump. Exactly. These idiots are really going around attacking their voters. Why?
I will say, Rep, just in case you don't know, Ron Johnson, who's our senator, he's been a very big backer of Scott. Like, he's one of his biggest backers in the Senate, yeah, so you should be happy about that.
I know, Ron Johnson's one of the few people that gets it. These other idiots, so it's like, okay, fine, you're not going to support him.
Yeah, because Ron Johnson's more of like a libertarian, but I'm okay with him being in there because, like, yeah, and he's not like one of the cringe libertarians. He's kind of more of like an RFK Jr. type. Like he was.
All right, like, be careful. I know you're gonna bring up. Be careful some of the stuff.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just saying, like, he was when RFK was running. He like didn't endorse Trump, but he said like RFK made a bunch of good points.
Yeah.
Like I watched an interview with him. But he was one of the people who was very excited to see like both of them team up, just like I was.
Yeah, I was like, again, I never was a big fan of Kennedy because I thought he was just doing it to screw Trump over. But then I respect him after he endorsed him because he proved me wrong. He actually cared. So.
I actually supported him for a little bit back in 2023, but we don't need to talk about that.
K-Cup for 5. The fact that Trump's back and knees haven't given out for carrying all these people across the finish line is incredible. Is he made out of adamantium? Yeah, he's made out of something. This is ridiculous. They're mad that their voters are asking them to do something. If you're mad about that, why are you in the Senate? What are you doing here? What's the point?
By the way, when's Pennsylvania going to actually certify its vote totals?
Sometime next week, I think.
I wonder if Bob Casey has anything planned at the Pennsylvania State Capitol that day.
Lord Rhino for 5. GOP try not to lose votes without Trump on the ballot challenge. Extremely impossible. Yeah, these people are dumb. Like,
Bob Casey's genuinely in a state of denial over this.
Like, is he gonna do something? Like, what is he gonna do?
Dude, he just can't contemplate. Which, to be fair, if you were part of a legacy in a state and you never got within 10 of losing an election and then you just lost, you'd probably be in a bit of a state of denial.
Yeah.
Anyways, American Nerd for 5. Rap
Hovde.
Yeah. Rap Trump really needs to endorse Rick Scott for majority leader, or at least convince him to pick a compromise pick like Rubio, or like I said, go with Vance. You could do that. Go with Vance.
Hey, Rap, can you make a public statement so I can post it on Twitter that Real American endorses Rick Scott? We need a public statement.
I already said I endorse Rick Scott.
Yeah, we need like a Rap press release. Can you start doing those press releases?
Rap press release.
By the way, have y'all seen the new theory about Starlink?
Yeah, we're not talking about that. No, that's just
it's
too much.
Funny.
Lord Rhino for 2. Isn't Bob Casey trying to fund off his loss? Yeah, he's trying to fundraise off of it. And it's just a joke. Like, yeah.
I literally made a tweet parodying.
To be fair, yeah, Harris is doing that too.
That's ridiculous.
Harris is also. Yeah, Harris has been putting out these things for recounts, but
so much
to be fair, they're not. Yeah, she's not actually using it for recounts. She's using it to pay off debt.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was funny how Trump said he'd help pay her off the debt.
Well, no, I just
It'll
can't
pay
believe
off
that
the campaign debt.
she spent, what was it? They've raised $1
$1
billion.
billion.
And they're 20 million dead. Now it's coming out that, oh yeah, by the way, Mark Halperin was right about this, by the way. There's a lot of stuff he was right about. Like, now it turns out, oh yeah, Nancy Pelosi was pushing for a primary when they got rid of Biden. That's now confirmed. She went on an interview earlier and said, yeah, if we got Joe out earlier, we would have had a primary.
Yeah, I'm never doubting Mark Halperin again. I'm gonna watch his show weekly and whatever he says, I will believe 100%. Because I don't think he was wrong about anything this cycle. No. I think he got everything right. Yeah.
By the way, did y'all see the tweet? By the way, did y'all see the tweet I posted where I was parodying that one map with California red?
Yep, I saw that.
From 2020.
This is what Germany saw.
Yeah, I saw it. Easy. Let's see here. How do you get in debt when you raise $1 billion?
Starlink satellite.
Okay, so this is what happened. We can confirm this, by the way. We can confirm what happened to the Harris campaign. Which, by the way, I was saying this was going to happen anyways. But point is, the campaign spent all their money on these concerts. That's what it was. That's what it was.
They basically paid Beyonce. Well, no, Beyonce.
They did. They paid her off. Yeah. They paid these people.
Beyonce didn't even perform. She just made She just made a minute-long speech.
They spent,
and she probably still got paid $1 billion.
No, yeah. So I think
the saddest one though was Cardi B, who just read off her phone. Do you guys remember that video?
I remember that.
She was just holding. It was awful.
But yeah,
did Cardi B even perform at the rally?
No,
or
nothing.
Nope.
She spoke.
She just read off her phone.
Came and wrote it. You know how bad optics that would be, playing any Cardi B song and how vulgar those songs are, dude.
But yeah, so
considering how close Wisconsin ended up being, I wonder if Harris would have actually won Wisconsin if it weren't for Cardi B.
Potentially, there is a non-zero chance Cardi B caught Harris, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, money laundering. Thank you, yeah, it's money laundering. That's what they did here. They spent their money on themselves. We know this for a fact. They spent money on all these concerts, and they spent all this money bussing people around. And I guess
Megan Thee Stallion.
By the way, you guys remember how they made a big deal about how they spent all this money on Facebook and stuff? Remember that?
How much money did they pay Charlie XCX a bunch of money for the Brat stuff?
I don't know. They probably did. But no, so it turns out, you know, all that they made a big deal of the advertising for Harris they spent on Facebook and Instagram. Remember that? This is a big deal. Remember that chart that's oh, Harris spent $20 million. Apparently, it wasn't advertising. It was her fundraising. So these idiots spent $1 billion. They're broke. The DNC is broke. Everyone's panicking. They have no clue what the hell is going on.
They can't get anyone good to the DNC chair, so they're going to put Phil Murphy in charge.
Go ahead. Pick Phil Murphy. Tubbs, you hear about that, by the way? It's going to be Phil Murphy.
Yeah, I did. I saw that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's pick the guy whose state trended 10 points right as our chairman.
Love it.
Sounds amazing.
K-Cup for 5. Harris, let's run Cardi B in Wisconsin to win. Trump, let's get Brett Favre on stage in Wisconsin. A tale of two campaigns. Exactly. Who do you think's going to appeal to more people in Wisconsin? Cardi B or Brett Favre? Come on. This campaign is so dumb. They really thought Cardi B was more influential in Wisconsin than Brett Favre. At least get someone I don't know, Robin Yount or Ryan Braun or someone. No, they got freaking Cardi B.
Or the old Packer coach who was campaigning with Barnes. There's plenty of people like that. I forgot what that guy. They could have gotten all these people, and they didn't reach out to anyone. They got Cardi B to go to State Fair. I heard the line at that rally was abysmal, by the way, by State Fair. Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, I just can't believe it. They really thought that Brett Favre was going to lose to Cardi B in Wisconsin. Come on now.
By the way, check the tweet I just sent. Pramila Jayapal was basically introducing all the new elected members of the House.
Yeah.
Sarah McBride right in the back. Oh god.
Yep. Anyways.
Now I want to see. I do want to see that election though of Cardi B versus Brett Favre. That would be entertaining. 2020.
He'd win every county.
Oh yeah.
No, he'd win every state besides Hawaii or some shit. I don't know.
Actually in Wisconsin he'd probably win every county except for the ones in the Minneapolis media markets.
Probably.
Or Dane.
Well, yeah, it'd be everything but like, and no, Kenosha's in Milwaukee, but still, like, yeah, it'd be like the Minneapolis media market. That's about it.
I mean, maybe you can make up. I mean, if you wanted to, maybe you can make up for that by basically just annexing the entire Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Which, by the way, Democrats they're pushing for. Which I don't know why you would, but
yeah, that's okay. Maybe you.
Michigan's Lower Peninsula
he
this
won
year.
the Lower Peninsula, and now they're pushing to annex the northern part. It's like, okay, we'll take it. Freaking idiots.
Yeah,
I mean, okay,
Wisconsin. All that would happen is if they did that is Wisconsin and Michigan would swap margins. Wisconsin would go to Trump by like 1.5 and Michigan would go by like 0.8 instead of Wisconsin going by 0. Like, that's all it would do.
Eggman Fireman for 2. By the way, is it time to apologize to Michael Dukakis? No.
Also, yeah, Eric Hovde would be in the U.S. Senate if the UP was part of Wisconsin.
So,
that's sad.
Hold up. Rap. Wikipedia article updated Carrie Lake article to call her a perennial candidate.
Rare Wikipedia W.
Oh
very rare Wikipedia W. By the way, Wikipedia.
They're actually calling McCormick Senator-elect, which is a rare W.
This is ridiculous.
Are we talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Are we talking about threat to democracy election denier Bob Casey Jr.?
We're talking about Bob Casey. His leg.
Bob Casey's gonna start an insurrection in Harrisburg.
Easy. Calm down.
Yeah. Can you believe it, Bob? Okay, I talked about this on my account, my Twitter account earlier. I think that Bob Casey went into this election not even considering the possibility of losing. And as McCormick gained the momentum and eventually was called the winner, I think he's on stage 1 of grief, which is denial. I expect stage 2 of anger to start soon.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's probably when we're gonna get the do you know what at the Pennsylvania Capitol.
We'll see. But K-Come for 2, Favre Rogers 2028. Let's relive 2005, boys. I don't think so.
Also,
by the way,
did y'all see the thing with
AOC where she's posting like the replies of people that voted for Trump and Dems down ballot?
Yeah.
It's real simple. Trump and you care for the working class. They say to AOC of all people.
So here's what I will say: people don't like the people on the left have been talking about the F word recently because they see Donald Trump getting all these votes and then Democrats winning down ballot. The main reason for this was 1, because people like Carrie Lake caused a lot of ticket splitting, but 2, there is a non-insignificant chunk of the voting electorate that voted for Donald J. Trump and then blanked the rest of the ballot because they only showed up for him.
Yeah.
Because Jackie Rosen is on track to is getting less votes than Kamala Harris, but she's going to win because a combination of none of these candidates and blanking the ballot is causing Senator Deadpool to lose.
Surely.
Sad.
All right. Bob Casey supports Trump's trade order. That's real. Yeah, that's right. Casey, he only votes along with Biden 98% of the time. Here's why he's a bipartisan Democrat. Let's see.
We should have known that Harris was cooked, though, pretty early on from the ads these candidates were making.
They refused to accept it. Refused to accept it, and then, it happened. And they got absolutely embarrassed. And the only reason that they didn't even do worse is because a lot of the people don't like Republicans. So, they like Trump, but not Republicans. So, let's see. They talk about, hold on. Why are so many Trump voters still voting for other Democrats? That's goofy. Because they're lifelong Dems that just hate Republicans. Trump's the only one they like.
Also, remember how all the Republican women were supposed to secretly vote for Harris? Remember those ads?
Yeah, it's supposed to secretly vote for Harris.
Yeah, no, that's how you can tell that most of the Democrat consulting wing is not people that ad's supposed to relate to. That's also why they didn't do very well with Gen Z, because they don't have white dudes on their consulting. So like the whole white dudes for Harris thing was fucking embarrassing. It wasn't even
No. I posted a funny meme. I'm gonna self-promote though. It's like white dudes for Harris, and I posted a funny meme about that. But on a more serious note, can we never take Ann Seltzer seriously again?
No,
oh god, no, I'm done. Also, I know that we're going.
Or Ralston, Ralston, we don't have to take seriously anymore.
On the
Either,
topic,
which
well, I
is
mean,
nice.
okay, actually, I was gonna say no. To be fair, he always overestimates Dems, but no, literally, I think he was off by like what 4 or 5 points this time. Normally, he's off by like 2 points pretty consistently. So you could say, okay,
No,
he says
yeah.
Harris. He says Harris by 0.5. We'll call it Trump plus 1.5. Trump's gonna win Nevada by what 4 points?
Yeah,
something like that.
Also,
if Ralston predicted like a Trump like +2 electorate and like a Jackie Rosen +2, like a that would have been accurate. I would be like, okay, Ralston, you still got it, but no, he's discredited himself.
I
But, like,
choose to
how else
believe
also-
that. I choose to believe that Ralston got psyoped by Swan Marcus because he was like, "Oh my god, the
Swan
electorate."
Marcus, how does he do? By the way,
did,
has anyone heard from him the past week?
Dude, because Swan Marcus was just making up fake numbers, and I'm actually
Well, no,
worried
okay. To
'cause
be
I
fair,
thought they
to be
were
fair to
real.
Swan Marcus,
Yeah.
okay. To be fair to Swan Marcus, the independents were overwhelmingly young, non-white, primarily Latino voters. But guess what? They still broke for Trump. Now, you should have known this based off of the polls, the crosstabs, and the most recent election results. But like, he had a point that the independents were primarily young, and they were, and because the way Nevada does registration, whenever you sign up for a driver's license, you are automatically registered as an independent unless you choose a different party. So independents, especially independents that are voting, are very young, and they're most of the time they're not white. The only problem is they still voted for Trump anyways because I'd have to find the numbers. I'm pretty sure Trump only lost Latino men under 30 by like 4 points. Just nationwide.
Thomas.
Oh, he lost them by 2. It was 49 to 47.
It was 2. Yeah.
Thomas Baker for 5.
Yeah.
Carrie Lake should be deported to Antarctica for losing that election. I defended her for way too long.
Yeah, Trump's best age group with Hispanics was 18 to 30.
Yeah.
So, like,
that explains Nevada because even though the early vote and everything was like that, the independents were young Hispanics or just young people in general. He still won the state, and he still won the state. I think he's on track to win the state by the largest margin since 2000, and he has the highest percentage of the popular vote in Nevada since 1988.
Basemont.
I think I've seen a similar thing with blacks because I think
young black men shifted heavy right.
They shifted heavy right, but they were still the most conservative group, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And then Harris basically got like dictator margins with the 65 plus blacks.
Yeah, but that's But the problem is like Democrats, they got to start realizing those voters are going to start dying out.
I was going to say this is the one thing about the boomers. You know, as they get older and they stop voting and they die, the black vote's going to shift right just because. Right here. Black voters were 93 to 5 for Harris. Everyone else, Trump got 15% of the vote with every other black group. It just depends on how they voted for Harris. But Trump's worst margins with non-white voters is the boomers. It's 65 plus. Blacks were 93 to 5 for Harris. Latinos were 58-41 for Harris.
Base Mao for 5 or 2. I'm your Republican congressman. So
real.
Loser. That's real.
Wow.
But yeah, so I'll say this about the shift with minority voters. Democrats better wake up because these voters are going to start dying out. And you could argue the only reason Harris didn't have like a 1988 style collapse is because of boomers. That's the funny part. So
who knew running those ads with the guy in bed probably didn't help with the young
people? Do they really think that was going to appeal to young people? Was that their plan?
Yeah.
We tested this out in Pennsylvania, and voters under 30 won.
It turns out most people aren't proud about being porn addicts who are.
Also, could we talk about how Trump won Zoomer men, or he at very least he won men under 30.
He won Zoomer men.
No, he did better with 18 to 24 than he did with 25 to 30.
Yeah. He does better with Zoomers than late millennials, which I find to be quite funny. And he also tied with whites under 30, and probably won white Zoomers overall.
All right. When is someone gonna make? Hold on. What?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Old people winning exclusively MSNBC won't ever wake up. Young people on X can. Well, that's the thing. Like these people, they only watch MSNBC all day or CNN. So that's their worldview.
Oh yeah, putting Vance on every major podcast in the country and letting Trump do some of them as well. Like Vance is very good with he can appeal to some boomers, but his main appeal is just being just like this down to earth normal guy on podcasts. Have you guys seen the Theo Von podcast?
Yeah.
That was just
yeah,
too
I
deep.
did. I watched. Yeah, I started with. Yeah, Vance is just like chill, dude. Like he can just sit there and like I've listened to a few podcasts with him. Like no wonder he was the most favored candidate because he is a normal guy. He came from a normal
He's just a
background. He's
dude.
not like he wasn't like someone who was manufactured in a lab like these other politicians or
Yeah.
even like Trump, who's like always been rich. Like no, he comes from like a normal like background, and even though he's been in like big business for some time and like been in politics, like he still is just like a dude, you know. Like
Yeah,
it's kinda
per
how he is.
CNN polling, he was tied with Harris for the most favorability, but he also had the lowest unfavorability. He was the only
Yeah, it was the
candidate,
only one above water.
with a positive favorability of any
Yeah.
candidate. He was the weird dude, apparently.
K Cub for 2. Dumb question. What's the state of the House? We got the House. But yeah, so we have breaking news, everyone. It's related to Markwayne Mullin of Oklahoma.
Secretary of the Interior.
Yep. Looks like he's under consideration for the Interior. You know what? Get rid of him.
Get rid of him.
Yeah.
Get him out.
Get him out there. Sure.
I really hope Trump does a lot of what he did to Nikki Haley back whenever he took his first term, where he picks candidates from like safe red states that just suck, puts them in some position nobody really cares about, and then hopefully they can be replaced by somebody solid like
so people are
McMaster.
saying Kevin Stitt might appoint himself.
I fucking better not.
Better not.
We'll see, but
It would if there was a special, he would put it in liability because of his like.
what?
'Cause remember
What's
his
up with
governor
Stitt in
race?
Oklahoma? What's up with him?
Okay. I have some friends there.
Okay.
I know some guys that work in law enforcement there, just people in general. He's not very popular in the state. People don't like him as a person. He's very unfavorable as a human being. And also, the main reason that election was so close is because the Democrat, despite shifting left in her politics, was a former Republican until like 2 years before the election.
Yeah.
So she had that
That's democracy.
crossover appeal. Yeah, she
But
had.
Before that, when he ran, he almost lost too though in 2018.
He sucks.
Well, blue wave plus Oklahoma's a lot bluer down
I mean,
ballot.
doesn't Trump like Mullen though?
I don't think so.
Markwayne, I'm not too sure.
But yeah, hopefully we get someone like worth a damn in this position because Markwayne Mullin sucks. He is unrateably bad. But has he done one good thing yet?
Well, he threatened to box a union leader, which I found to be quite funny, but it was pretty useless, like from an actual policy perspective.
That's probably the reason Teamsters didn't endorse Trump was that shit.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, didn't he try to box the Teamsters guy? That
Yeah.
was
I think like right in
It's
front
a
of Bernie,
miracle
too.
they didn't endorse Harris after that shit.
It was literally like right in the when they were talking about endorsing Trump. Maybe that's literally
he threatened him to get up and like fight him right there. Like
Yeah, and then Bernie was basically like scolding him. That was kind of funny though.
no, and then he attacked him at the RNC. He attacked Mullen, which was funny.
Speaking of which, I'm scared to see how Democrats are going to be treating Bernie over like the next couple months.
They want.
Did you see that interview he was in? He looked so sad, dude. He
knows it's over. He knows it's over.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what happens when Democrats basically completely abandon his base.
Yeah, the base he built up, and they just threw it out the window.
He just wants to retire, you could tell. And I think he hates the people who started following him, like the AOC people. Like, I think he just hates them, and he's this is my legacy.
His whole movement got co-opted by these people. His whole movement.
All right, I gotta go.
There's nothing he can do.
All right, I'll see you.
All right.
I would like to remind you that in 2015 and part of 2016, before he actually became prominent within the election, Bernie Sanders was anti-immigration because it hurt the working class.
Yeah, it was.
Post 2016,
he went from like a left-wing populist to like this schizophrenic liberal, like just radical liberal, basically. Like that's his followers.
There was a reason for him to be an independent back before 2016 because he didn't agree with the party on things like immigration, and he was a little bit more pro-gun than most. He was a little bit more pro-gun than most Democrats. That's why he was an independent, because yes, he was progressive, he was left-wing, but he was left-wing on a consistent basis of, hey, I support the working class, and mass immigration, particularly illegal mass immigration, hurts the working class. And then in the 2020 election, he tried to run again. He realized that the Democrats don't really care about the working class. They only care about cheap labor from the third world. And they said, okay, well, guess what? Now he just became this generic neo-lib progressive. Yes, he's not even. I don't consider him a left-wing populist anymore. He is just a generic progressive at this
before
point.
I answer, hold on. Ethan W. Monson for 2. Dems were forced to win the House. What happened? What? They're probably. I don't know. We'll see. For 2026, I mean, it's too early to tell. It's a Cowboy Coyote.
I think we might continue the curse of 222. But
has
we'll
anyone heard anything from Obama since Trump won? I mean, he tried to help Kamala win, but haven't heard anything from him since. He's been pretty quiet. For obvious reasons.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But yeah,
he's been oh no, here it is. He made a statement.
Oh yeah, that's right. That shitty statement.
These problems are solvable, but only if we listen to each other and only if we abide by the core principles.
But yeah, as for Bernie Sanders, I think another thing that killed him was the fact that a lot of his voters, they just went to Trump and became Republicans. So he just lost a lot of that base. So then he was forced to adhere more to the more AOC types.
Didn't Harris do historically badly in Vermont?
Yes, worse since 2004.
Wow.
County.
He lost the second county. I think he actually won a county that Bush lost in 2004 and only won in 2000 because the Green Party split the vote by it wasn't 2%, it was 8.
Huh. Ethan W. Monson for 2. No, it was a month before the Kamala collapse. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. Democrats are saying they're going to win the House. Well, those people are delusional. They get Adam Carlson going around saying, "No, I was actually objective all along." No, you weren't. You're full of it.
Implying there was a Kamala collapse implies the campaign was ahead at all, which I don't think they were.
I think for a little bit,
especially given their internal numbers.
I think it was 50-50 for a little bit. But then it fell apart.
I really don't think so, because even back when Harris was doing super good, David Axelrod came out and said their internal numbers were not good for Harris at all. So I don't think they were really ever ahead.
Yeah.
Also, it was just all manufactured.
Also, Trump almost won a third county in Vermont. It was Harris got under 50%, and Trump was at 47. So we almost had
worse than he did worse in Vermont than 2016 and 2004, but better.
Yeah, he almost won a fourth count or another one also.
Okay,
Portland.
To be fair, he did worse in 2016 because Bernard Sanders was a write-in and got 6% of the vote.
Bernard Sanders.
Yeah, he went from 29.7 in 2016 to 32.6. So he did improve in the state. His margin was just less because our good friend Bernard split the vote for Democrats in 2016. Plus, Hillary Clinton, if you believe it, was not popular.
Wow.
At the national level. And,
I wonder why.
No, certainly not.
Charlie Howard for 2. Should Republicans still target North Carolina 1 for 26? Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, because the county's just going to keep shifting.
Yeah, he only won by 1.5. So.
Mm-hmm. Also, this may be a discussion for a different stream, but what do we think about mid-decade redistricting in states like Texas? And
we're going to see it in Ohio.
We're going to see it in Ohio.
I did hear from Boston Nationalists, he said it's going to happen in New Hampshire because Ayotte supports it, and the Republicans now have a supermajority in the state house. So Republicans have actual full control of New Hampshire now, and they've got a conservative governor too.
They won. Wait, they have a supermajority of the state house?
Yes, and the state senate.
How? It was 50-50.
What the hell did they
They gained a shit ton of seats. Yeah.
Let's see.
Ayotte. Yeah, Ayotte.
Oh my gosh, they actually did. What the hell?
Yeah, they won a shit ton of seats. Yeah.
What the? Oh my god!
So now they're gonna do redistrict. They're probably gonna make a Trump 2024 seat. So we might flip a seat in New Hampshire in 26.
Well, also we gotta look at the some other House seats. We gotta look at is the South because there's gonna be some redistricting I think down there.
Oh
yeah,
no,
we gotta get rid of the DEI districts.
Trump's DOJ is going to let these happen, and I think the Supreme Court is not going to intervene because Louisiana at this point, you could probably, if you really wanted to, could get rid of both seats. I think they're going to keep one though, just to keep it safe.
Yeah.
But Mississippi as well. You can create a majority black Trump district in Mississippi.
Trending right.
That is right trending. You can no. You can create a Trump 2016 majority black district. It looks ugly, but it's ugly as shit. So I don't consider it. What you want to do though, you want to make a Clinton Trump district.
Yeah.
Especially because
you could make one, easily this year because of how red the Delta trended this year. Like you could easily make one this year. Yeah.
Who's the Democrat in Mississippi?
Thompson?
I forgot.
Benny Thompson.
Yeah, Benny Thompson. He is a comedic underperformer because he has politics that even like scare off a lot of black voters. I think he was the guy that tried to get rid of Trump's Secret Service protection. He was the one that introduced that bill.
These people are nuts.
Like he's an insane schizophrenic. He comedically underperforms every election. I think even if you drew like a Biden plus or like a Biden plus 5 like narrow Trump district, I think he would lose. Even in a blue wave like 2026.
Prince is rider for 5. Despite our losses at the top here in North Carolina, we kept our supermajority in the Senate and expanded the South Carolina Supreme Court from 4-2 to 6-1. Yeah, I mean North Carolina's gonna be red. It was a bad year for them.
I was gonna say, don't Democrats only control one seat?
Yeah, in the Supreme Court.
In the Senate now. Amazing.
Supreme Court. By the way, yeah, Alabama, that district's gone too.
Oh God, no. No, they can get rid of both. They can easily get rid of both. I've drawn it. I've drawn it multiple times. You can get rid of both seats very easily.
So that's like a net gain of like 4 or 5 in the South.
Okay, yeah, you're talking about Louisiana, 2 out of Alabama, 1 out of Mississippi. That's 4 seats. You could probably, if you really wanted to, you could probably nuke the Nashville seat. I doubt they do it though.
You mean Memphis?
They already. No, fuck yeah, Memphis. I'm sorry. Nashville seat's already gone. You could probably get rid of the Memphis seat too.
And probably New Hampshire's 1. So yeah, Democrats are not gonna have an easy time. I don't think.
Plus Ohio is going to get rid of.
Captain's probably just gonna retire. She's probably just gonna get out of here.
They're going to I wouldn't be surprised if they split Lucas County and just keep Toledo whole and move like Western Toledo into the western part of Ohio and draw like a Trump plus 15 district. And when I say Trump plus 15, I mean 2020.
Yeah, I'm doing the math here. So that's like 1 or 2 from Ohio. We'll gain 4 or 5 in the South. Yeah, Republicans. I think we're gonna keep the House.
Oh no. I mean, yeah, 2 out of Ohio. Let's see, the 13th district out of what the fuck is it? What's the one south of Cuyahoga? What's the city? I don't want to say the wrong one.
Is it Stark?
Is it? I mean the city. No, it's
Akron.
Yeah, the Akron seat's gone. Captor's seat in Toledo is probably gone. I don't think they touch Ohio 1 unless they make a sink.
They might just make a sink.
They may do it because Land's been won by 8.5.
Yeah, that seat's gone.
I would just leave that seat alone. I think it's done. Obviously, and they may make the 15th. You guys know that Ohio's 15th, right? It takes in western southern Columbus.
Kerry's seat. Yeah,
that's Kerry's seat. It's not very safe, so I would probably make that one a little bit nicer. Ohio's 10th. For some reason,
GOP Josh can run for it in 10 years. We have to shore it up for Josh.
This is true.
Charlie Howard for 10 or 5. I think North Carolina will get a red supermajority back at the state level in the next election. What do you think, Rap? Yeah, they will. I just think Mark Robinson sunk us so bad.
Mark Robinson, not only did he sink his own campaign, sunk Bishop.
I'm pissed.
He sunk every other statewide dem except for the Supreme Court race.
And he probably like, dude.
And I would say he probably dropped Trump's margin by about 1.5 points. Trump probably should have won North Carolina by closer to 5 points.
Literally God for 2. Lake Losbush, she'll make a great press secretary. No, Alex Jones for press secretary, please.
No. Alex Jones for press secretary. Only because
Peter Ducey, dude.
Yeah, only because
the Fox guy from the White House.
Yeah. No, we should have Alex Jones as press secretary. Only because I want to lock the press corps in a room with Alex Jones every single day
for 3 hours, and he would go on for like 3 to 4 hours each day.
He would say some insane shit and cause Trump to lose. So we're not gonna. I mean, he really can't lose because he's term limited now.
Governmental secrets he just leaked up there.
He would just casually talk. Yeah.
Reasonable to sim. Oh, hold on. Reasonable to sim for 2. Any in Florida pretty good.
He'd be like, "Oh no, I wasn't supposed to say that. I wasn't supposed to say that."
Reasonable to sim.
You'd be saying that a lot.
Reasonable to sim for 2. Any in Florida look pretty good. They can't do much more in Florida.
They can actually. DeSantis wants to pack them. DeSantis wants to pack them into about 8 total seats. I think is what. No, yeah, they're already in 8 seats. He wants to get rid of The Osceola seat, he probably wants to get rid of the 14th out of Tampa, and he could easily get another district out of the Gold
Oh
Coast.
yeah,
And these
out of
areas are short
Miami.
right anyway,
You could definitely
so-
get one in Miami.
The GOP, okay, I think he's probably going to try to pull at least 2 more seats, primarily out of the Osceola County and the Gold Coast, and he may even nuke the 14th, because that was supposed to be a Dem pack, and Ashley Moody almost won it outright in 2022.
All right, Ethan W. Monson for 2. Blue Anon is holding out hope in New York State. That's real. But yeah, so, okay, do the math. That's like, okay, Florida's like 1 or 2. Alabama's 1 or 2. That's like 7 for the South.
6. Let's see. Do they go after the Georgia seat? Do you think? You think Kemp goes after it?
I think if the DOJ gives them a go ahead, they've been trying to fight for that seat anyways. They get rid of it.
Yeah, no, that's another seat they can get rid of. Arkansas is already good to go. Texas
Can they really
could
do
be
much more
interesting.
Texas?
Okay, what Texas might do? They have 2 options here. One, they give Cuellar a pack, right? They give him the bluest precincts out of the 2024 election in the Rio Grande Valley, primarily in like inner McAllen and parts of just parts of Hidalgo in general, or they go all the way and they try and make 3 Trump districts. And by that I mean 3 Trump districts that would have been won by the candidates this election. If they give Cuellar Wilson County, which is an exurb southwest of San Antonio, he's probably gone. I mean that's a vote nuke. That's probably going to screw him over.
Yeah.
So they could get 2 more seats out of South Texas, or at the very least, they could give Democrats a pack for now. It could still
It'll just
go
shift
for
right
Republicans.
anyways.
Yeah, it'll probably go for Republicans eventually, but they'll give Cuellar a pack, and they'll give Flores basically her guaranteed seat, because she lost by what, 2.5 points?
Yeah, 2.5.
It was a Biden plus 14 district.
Yeah.
Even with Gonzalez being the incumbent.
Trump. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Even with Gonzalez being the incumbent, even with the down ballot trends being redder, I assume Trump won this district by 5 to 8
Probably.
points.
Mm-hmm.
I think he won every county because, yeah, he won Willacy, he won Cameron, he won Kennedy. Yeah, he won every county. I would say he probably won that district by 8 points.
We'll see.
We'll see. Whenever we get results out of that.
Yeah,
but
so
they're
that's
gonna
like
get
10.
they're gonna pull 1, maybe both RGV seats or both South Texas seats.
So that's
Also, the Trump DOJ should go after the Illinois map. I'm not sure if they can.
Go after
but they should
Illinois,
try.
New Mexico, Nevada, California. Go after all of them.
Also, holy shit, Trump probably won Cuellar's seat by
Oh.
a shit ton. He won Laredo. He won Zapata. He won Starr. He did very well in Jim Hogg. He won Duval, McMullen. He won, I would assume he probably even won the Bear portion of the district. And he definitely won the Guadalupe part. So, we're looking at what? He probably won that district by 10 points.
Let's see. Yes, I think the Republicans, if they play this smart, I think they will. You get all these red seats in the South, and then you go after Illinois, because that's you're gonna get 2 or 3 out in Illinois if you actually get a fair amount.
God, 3. I would say 3.
Yeah, 3. I mean, come on, we barely lost. What was it, the 13th? Or we lost by a lot.
13th, 17th. Okay, no. The 13th is an actually blue district. It's Biden plus 18.
Yeah.
The 17th, I don't know what the hell happened, because Trump almost definitely won the 17th district, and the Republican did worse in 2022.
Yeah, so we gained 2 to 3 there, and then I mean, Republicans, if they play this smart, I don't see how Dems take the House.
No,
Like,
they don't.
But
Let's see. Nevada, no, because they don't have enough majority to redraw. That's pretty much it. They're only going to get seats out of the South.
maybe they pull something in California, the bullshit redistricting commission.
They should sue the redistricting commission.
Because
Although,
this is ridiculous what they did, but not as bad as
Also-
Illinois, but still.
Also, it's not confirmed yet, but a potential rest in peace to our good friend Mike Garcia in California's
He's done.
27th.
God, that
I
makes
think
me
it's
so
over.
mad.
Unless the results left over, because I don't understand. People have been saying Trump is winning this district, and I just don't believe it. If Trump is winning the 27th, Garcia is winning it.
Yeah.
There's no way that Garcia is underperforming Trump unless this Whitesides guy is just king of the Latinos, because that's not how this works. It's like Peter Griffin, king of the black people, because there's no other way that Whitesides is outperforming Harris, and not only that, outperforming her by enough to win over Garcia.
I just realized also we gotta go after Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island.
Yes. Okay.
You're
Rhode Island,
not getting a Republican seat in Massachusetts. Forget that.
you're not. But honestly, with the results out of God, fuck, what even is this? What's the county?
Bristol, I think.
Bristol. With the results out of Bristol, the results out of Hampton, Plymouth, these counties are so
Republicans
narrow.
tracked 43% in Massachusetts ninth. They almost got 43%.
Yeah, so like you get like a moderate Republican. They get
I was gonna say
seats.
one, you can draw. It's ugly as shit, and it busts like 30 counties. You can draw a Trump 2020 Massachusetts district. You can even easily draw a Trump 2016 district. And with Massachusetts, get this, giving Trump his 5th best swing of any state in the country this election.
Just nuts.
You could probably draw a Trump 2024 district very easily in the state.
I'm gonna post this. This is the town map from CNN. You can definitely draw a Trump district. Like, just look at this. You can probably pretty easily draw. Yeah,
even
right there.
Worst case scenario, I don't know if that's enough or not. Even if you don't, go north of Providence and go west. Go pick up those counties right there outside of Boston. Let's say outside of Boston, you can 100% draw a Trump 2024 district, and it probably isn't even going to be that ugly.
If we start doing the math, it's like not only do Democrats have to worry about possible redistricting in the deep blue states, but in the red states too.
Oh yeah, Trump should 100% sue, because Rhode Island, believe it or not, is a Dem gerrymander.
Yeah, it is.
They split Providence pretty much in half. If you can draw like a Biden, I think it's like a Trump +3. Like Biden +5 district that he almost certainly won this year. Alan Fung would have won in 2022 if that map was in place, and he would have probably still won again. Plus Connecticut, that Western district is gerrymandered as fuck. They got rid of a bunch of red outside of they got rid of a bunch of red precincts like in Wolcott, Southington, and Plainville, and they picked up like parts of northern Hartford, which just makes no damn sense.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where, again, if these maps were actually fair, like these clowns say fair, if these maps were fair, we're talking Republicans probably have 230 in the House right now. 235?
Yeah, Illinois by itself costs Republicans
3 seats.
Probably 3 seats, yeah.
Maybe more.
This election. Okay, we also talk about how much New York Republicans shit the bed this election.
What the hell did they do? What happened?
Because here's the thing. Trump almost certainly won. Trump won Nassau County by 4 points. He did very well in Queens. He won all 4 Long Island seats.
Yeah.
He may have even won Williams seats when all was said and done. I don't know for sure.
They just shit the bed everywhere.
How did Molinaro lose?
I don't know. How?
It was a Biden +4 district that he lost by 1.5 points.
And guess what? It became more Republican than it was at 22.
I mean, like, Mike Lawler did what he was supposed to do. He won by 6.
He wins by a likely margin, yeah.
He's not going to lose anytime soon.
Well, okay, I don't know about that, because Mondaire Jones...
He's the Fitzpatrick of New York.
He won Rockland County by 18 points.
Yeah, so
Also, how bad of a candidate was Esposito in 18th? Because there's no way she should have lost by like 13. You know?
I don't know.
Well, that was also just Pat Ryan being shit, or being a good candidate. I'm sorry.
That's Zeldin's running mate. So
yeah, that was Zeldin's LG.
All right. So, anyways, I think that's it. But yeah, redistricting is gonna be a mess. But Republicans, if they're smart, they should get a good net gain with redistricting.
Which they're not. But hey.
Just try. If you try, you should get like 4 or 5 seats.
To quote Rufus, they are low IQ.
So we talk about how Republicans only ran a candidate in 1 district in Massachusetts, or 2 districts. I'm sorry.
Dumb.
Fucking stupid.
Reasonable to simple.
I'd just like to say that since Trump won, Rufus went from saying that he had to lie about not supporting Trump to get dates, so now he's wearing his MAGA hat in public around Los Angeles. So. Yeah, that's the Rufus effect.
Reasonable
Reasonable
to sim for 2. So when could we see all this happen in 2026? Probably next year sometime.
I would say Republicans are going to get to work in the Deep South very quickly, because say what you want about Republican like congressmen in the South who suck, but Republican like senators and state legislatures are ruthless.
They don't piss around in the South.
Yeah, no, they are. They're a little bit. They're very
interesting.
Yeah, no.
the thing.
They are menaces to society, and I mean that in the best way possible.
All right, K-Cup for 2 or 5. The Democrat chair in Wisconsin was on our Sunday show and said Evers gerrymandering made the state fair. The GOP still holds a majority in the state. Not only that, but did Republicans like win by 17 or something in the assembly?
13 points, and Democrats have more uncontested seats. Yes.
Texas?
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wisconsin. Wisconsin, we did super well. Also, remember that they broke up lacrosse to make it more winnable for them. Well, it turns out like all those seats in lacrosse, they barely won. They won all of them by like 3. So if lacrosse just swings like 2 more points to the right, like we'll win all those seats in the lacrosse area. So that map is like very unstable.
That was stupid.
That they have.
That was dumb what they
Yeah,
did.
around lacrosse.
That was like that map's gonna implode in like 2 years if the Republican Party grows a brain. Which
Also Stacey Klein, who was the Republican state Senate candidate for that district, also only lost by 3, and that was supposed to be a safety district. So masterful gambit, like splitting lacrosse like that, because like once lacrosse starts moving a little bit to the right, which it's going to. Good luck holding that assembly.
All right. I think we're ending the stream here. If you guys did enjoy today's stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. So that's it. We'll see you guys next stream, video, wherever you see me at. Godspeed.